Guess what we haven't done in a minute is a let's talk video. So with everything going on, I feel like it's good to talk about this, and also is letting me rant. So I'm gonna go ahead and spit some stuff out there and have a little discussion with you guys. And I would be curious about your guys' thoughts after the video down below that you have on everything, because maybe this honestly will be an eye-opener for everybody, so I would love to hear it. But yeah, without further ado, hi, I'm Kruz, aka Kruzadar. I have a bunch of other platforms and things like that. If you didn't know, I post very frequently on here, a bunch of dumb little ranty thing today. I want to talk about the hot tub streams going on Twitch that has been causing an absolute internet storm for the last 2 months. Honestly, I think is how long it's been. It's been for a hot minute, and honestly been going on too long in terms of talks for what I think is like the right solution for everything. So if you don't know what the hot tub streams are on Twitch or Meta, there's women who dress in swimsuits or lingerie that can double as a swimsuit, and they're sitting in a hot tub because of the gray area in the terms of service. So they'll put like ankle deep water in there, and then they'll put a stool in there or a banana or a pickle or whatever it is blow up that they have, and they'll sit on it, and they will go change their outfits for subs. They'll do Just Dance in their swimsuits and say that, well, they're technically doing this. You get the point. It's a loophole to kind of sexualized content. And while it's not their fault, I want to clarify that Twitch has horrible terms of service, and I want to clarify that it's not hate at them. This is, I think, a constructive conversation that does need to be had, but it's important to talk about. Twitch's terms of service is crap. There's a lot of good foundation blocks there, but they're very unclear, and so sexualizing can be extremely subjective. I know Mixer got crapped on for having a dress code and things like that, but on the same token, YouTube kind of has that, and you have to submit a survey for every video that you upload to. So in terms of how the content is being portrayed and things like that, right? What's happened now? Now it's May 22nd, 2021. This has been going on for a while. People have been getting hella money from it. They're using these hot tub streams as a way to promote their OnlyFans through link trees. So this is what I'm like kind of miffed on. So that's against terms of service to promote your OnlyFans through. But since they're doing it through a link tree, is that considered what the gray area is? And I would love to know your guys' feedback on that. I am surprised that these creators, just because of that, because they're putting their OnlyFans and whatnot linked at the top of those link trees, that they're not getting banned, since you're technically not supposed to promote it that way. But they've been sending emails and stuff out about promoting to go to their link tree and stuff, or telling people to go to the link tree, and then that's at the top. I don't know. I'm very confused on that one, on how that's not a loophole area. But Twitch does need to figure out their terms of service. So they say that you can't have sexualized camera angles, but the attire and things like that have been kind of an issue. But everybody's been calling Twitch out on this for the last 2 months. They've kind of turned a blind eye to it, and as Twitch does to everything. Twitch is not proactive, they are reactive. So Twitch waits until there's an absolute internet shitstorm to finally say something, or until they completely mess up and they don't listen to the feedback from the people that they have been asking for it. I feel like Twitch has gone from being innovative to very complacent, putting features in that people aren't asking for, and very just reactive instead of proactive. So the issue with this going on, while even though it is okay to, if you want to sexualize things and do that, I think there's a bunch of issues with that. Advertisers don't agree with that stuff. It doesn't matter whether Twitch agrees with it or not, which is what has happened, is they started demonetizing because advertisers last week, because of everything, have said pull our ads from these creators and from this directory. That could have had a whole backlash on everybody. And because it didn't have this dedicated category for people to do these hot tub meta streams, they were under just chatting, which I literally said a month ago that that's a problem, because advertisers know that they can advertise under there and there's generally not an issue. Well, that became an issue and advertisers complained. So it sounded like, based off of how Twitch, and I'll link it down below, how they had worded everything in their statement was advertisers were going to pull from that directory because those clips were getting recommended and their advertisements were being played on top of that and being ran. So they've demonetized these creators. For Twitch to avoid that, has created a different section. The advertisers could have not had that whole situation happen. Twitch could have reached out to the advertisers. They could have made their own directory to avoid it. Tell creators and adjust the terms of service 2 months ago that you can't do this. Or if you are going to do it, advertisements are not allowed to be ran on here, and you are also not allowed to be on the recommended page, which is what was also causing issues with advertisers because of the just chatting. So if you watch literally any just chat chatting, those were getting recommended to you. So it kind of became a problem. So that's one of the biggest directories on Twitch, which is also why it became a huge issue. If Twitch makes more of a lewd directory, which is essentially what that is now, there's not really any winning. So is that going to be creating more issues with advertisers that's on the platform, period? And with that being said, why don't they just put it on there and then you have to have proof when you go to watch those directories? And then I just don't really get it. I think there's a lot of ways that Twitch could have avoided this without pissing off advertisers, and I think that's why I'm really frustrated. Again, this is where we get into the argument of they're being reactive instead of proactive and actually protecting the creators that are on the platform. And if you don't know, Twitch makes most of their money from advertisers. So when they get their quarterly payments from, you know, whoever it be, Coca-Cola, Mountain Dew, or Red Bull, or that's just the ones that are kind of like popping in my head right now. When they get paid for those, it's generally quarterly, and then they end up running those ads later on in their schedule, like from this time period, and this was the money up front. Well, if they start pulling out, that's most of Twitch's money. So a free service that we get to stream on, what the hell happens then? I feel like they don't think about that. The issue also with banning people, though, while there is a great terms of service, which I feel like a lot of people don't know either, there was a creator not too long ago that had got caught for gambling on a website that he owned, and there was a lot of evidence that had come out about that. And this was like over 5 years ago. He got banned from the platform because it had come to light or whatever. Well, because it wasn't directly shown on stream that with evidence that he was or something, I forget exactly the specifics because it's been so long ago, said creator took Twitch to court. And he won his court case against them for being banned, even though it was pretty much proven that he was rigging the site, money, blah, blah. And there was a bunch of other creators that were kind of under it too. It wasn't just him. So the problem becomes, especially with that happening, well, a lot of people are like, oh, well, he didn't win much money. Well, when you get people that have a bunch of money that can keep doing that, and they're all going to start filing because they know that they're going to win because there is a technically gray area of Twitch and so much of it, then you have all these people that are making millions a month off of these hot tub streams, like they have said that they do, being able to promote everything else too. You have the issue of, well, they're going to take Twitch to court and numbers, and they're going to back one another, and then more examples, and then Twitch has to pay that out. And do they just pay that out up front to avoid it, or do they go throughout the full court case? And then if they're banned for that long, are the royalties that they make from doing it on stream that they would be making back because of the time period off of the platform? It's a mess. So things that could have easily, again, been avoided if Twitch just would be proactive in putting in features and things that we want. We want a clarified terms of service. Every fucking creator wants that. Twitch does not make that much money off of their subs. I don't know why they don't deal with things like this and let it go on rather than nipping it in the butt. So there's also that. And then there's another perspective I wanted to get into, and I've said it before, there's nothing wrong if you want to be more lewd, and because there's a loophole, it's entirely up to you. If you want to do, you know, the OnlyFans thing, like, it's entirely up to you when you turn of age if you want to do that. But there is an impact on younger women that people don't realize in terms of grooming. I'm gonna put it this way based off of my example, because I've talked about it in my content creation video. So as a woman, when I started streaming, I saw everybody starting to hop on OnlyFans and Patreon, and I saw all the top women had these at the time. Not all of them, but the majority of them. And so what got into my head as someone who was under 18 years old when I started streaming, and I started watching Twitch in 2014, okay? What was subconsciously in my head was that, oh, I need to do this if I'm going to succeed. And obviously later on you start to realize that, and I really realized it when I became 19. I was like, wow, that was a mindset that was in my head because of everything. It was always something in the back of my mind that I'm like, wow, this is how women make money off of this. I have to do this if I'm going to succeed. They're all doing it. Clearly that's like a part of the method here. Blah, 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 blah. Look at Instagram. What are the popular people on Instagram? Women are in bikinis, things like that. And it's like, well, do you have to do that? And it's like, no, but look at how different the space is between the top women, and then you look at the difference between the top men. And again, you can do it if you want, but there's a subconscious factor where, you know, Twitch is really, and this is where, again, just what I see, you can have a differing opinion, it's completely fine. Whether people want to admit it or not, or Twitch or anybody else, it does subconsciously affect the decisions of a younger audience, of women. I'm not even like just saying guys, like guys completely excluded. Women, definitely, that is a thing that kind of tends to get in your head. So when you see the top women on the platform are, oh, all these top women are doing hot tub streams. And I've said it before, where when I actually started streaming, I had a family member make a comment to me that, oh, you're doing this sexualized stuff on the site, because that's what the top women were. And I was absolutely mortified. And I think there was some rooted things for that comment to be made, period, in a slight. But when the platform gets known as that, that's what's kind of subconsciously starting to go through other women's head too, that you have to do this to succeed. I think there's a problem. Why do they get so much protection when there's other creators having issues with the terms of service way less, right? When there's context and, for example, other creators, right? So we have people that have made it clear that they're doing things to sexualize and whatnot, and because it's so gray, they can loophole and say that's not the case, that you're sexualizing them, sort of thing, right? Even though they've admitted things. Oh, the other thing with even not even just him, but guys in general, it kind of sucks that really the bigger women that are known, there's not that many, but most of the platform, from a woman's standpoint, the most recognition for women that comes from the platform is like the hot tub stuff. So here's where it sucks. It's like, wow, that sucks that that's what people hype up and get so mad about, rather than actually supporting the good women creators that are out there, because there are some that aren't recognized. People just don't really look for them. And so then that's an audience issue. I don't want the people that are watching the hot tub stuff watching me. Obviously, it's like just a platform integrity problem. None of those viewers are going to go watch anything on the platform, right? Whether you're a guy or girl, they're not going to watch you. So when you see that, like, that's a top women, not only is it like influence kind of bad, but like it gives a negative connotation. So, and again, it's not these creators' faults. Twitch has allowed this to become like what they're kind of known for. So Twitch could have nipped this in the butt earlier and it not been as bad. But two, why doesn't Twitch help platform more women or really encourage to grow them? You know, I know Pokimane is one of like the big ones, but you know, I see them promote, like Twitch respond to and promote so many other guys. Why are you not trying harder to market your larger women? I guess maybe would be it, whether it be with Twitter. And even then, like the responses on their media, like they don't really block the hate accounts and stuff that do encourage horrible speech and rhetoric and crap like that. And again, it's not their job to necessarily, like, obviously grow these people. But when I'm saying, like, when they're known for that, rather than, oh, we really backed these creators when they're blowing up and when they're big and when they're doing really well for women, versus like, and I feel like a lot of people miss that. I don't really get it. Yeah, I really don't. Unless what I have noticed in terms of promoting women is Twitch promotes the IRL women over like even like their gaming creators. So you don't see like too many top gaming women. Like I think the top like 50 are guys, like maybe Pokimane's up there, I think. I don't know how to put it into words aside from why is it that women on the platform for Twitch have to get such a negative rep because of these certain things that they can't nip in the butt and be proactive about and protect the platform as a whole. So that's what women are now known for on the platform, or get a negative connotation and rep for. It fucking sucks. That's the short gist of it. And then I also get annoyed because there's people that come into streams like, oh, you're not a hot tub streamer, as if like, oh my god, thank you for not being like, you know, a more sexualized trader. And I'm just like, bro, there's like 90 something percent of the women that stream on Twitch are not doing that. Why is that your perception of that? Is that because that's the only directory that you're going to, or is it because that's all that Twitch is known for and been promoted for? So you recognize it as that, and so you found me so the off-platform stuff that people are getting pushed about Twitch is the negative stuff from the women that are breaking terms of service and doing that crap, versus the actual good content that they're seeing getting promoted off platform. And again, it is definitely also to do with an audience thing, but it's so infuriating. And Twitch says that they're for women and they do all these things for women, but I feel like a lot of it is, I think there's a good chunk of people at Twitch that have good intentions, but a lot of the time how Twitch tends to execute things is in the sense of it's performative. It feels like performative, versus I personally would rather have them uplifting and promoting and pushing a lot of stuff for women and trying to fight the stereotype of this meta, rather than making it look like they have performative activism towards stuff like that. So hopefully that makes sense. And again, I'm not trying to just completely shit on Twitch here. I know that it's not all of everybody at Twitch's fault, but there's some things where it's just, this is infuriating. This has been built up for a while. I've been trying to be very vocal about this. And so, I mean, hell, I've made videos on this before when there's been issues with Twitch and discussing it and whatnot. But yeah, man, I'm tired. The whole thing's a headache. I hate seeing people going at the creators because it's not the creators' fault. It's Twitch for allowing it and platforming it. And again, being reactive instead of, you know, dealing with things earlier on and not having directed areas for it. But I really think if Twitch doesn't get their crap together, like, YouTube's coming out with a lot of good streaming features. And they have been. And Twitch is a very viable competitor. They just don't have like a dedicated, and I don't think they do, maybe they do, but they don't have like a dedicated live stream section on their bar. If they added something like that, like, I mean, they do, it's just, it's far down. If they pushed that near the top with their home exploring subs, oh my God, is that shit gonna take off? I really don't know why they have their navigation bar like that. They're silly to not put their live stuff at the top, in my opinion. Well, that's onto a whole different topic. YouTube's a sleeping giant for live streaming. And Twitch has gotten very complacent, and something like an adpocalypse hitting Twitch is going to screw it over big time. I mean, think about how long it pushed YouTube back. The reason YouTube survived was because they're the only viable platform option. Twitch is not just the only viable platform option anymore. That's how I feel in it. Again, I love Twitch. I love my community down there. But this is a lot of pent-up crap about how I've felt in my personal experiences, and it is frustrating. The discrimination off platform because of that's what Twitch is associated with and known for because they don't push other stuff. And then, yeah, it sucks, bro. I don't know how else to put it, but that's kind of really all that's on my mind with that. And I hope that brings some clarity to you guys why some things aren't a simple solution as to just banning. But, I mean, dude, we've been asking for a clarified terms of service for years. And they've slowly done it, but, like, not fully to the extent everybody wants. Like, why does it have to be an issue that we have to be reactive to finally reform the terms of service to be more specific when we were asking about it? I mean, the streamers literally mock that the terms of service, that the people that are breaking it, that it's not defined. Like, you would think that'd be a wake-up on the back end that, yo, we should do this right now, not after advertisers complain about it. Take it seriously. So I hope that they change some things as a whole, fix terms of service and maybe their promotion, the type of promotion that they do off platform, so that Twitch can get known as other things than just that. I feel like the last time they did good promotion was really with like Ninja. And I know he was obviously blowing up and whatnot at the time. They did good with Ludwig with promoting his stuff, but I mean, why even Minecraft, when the Minecrafter guys go fucking live, you know, that whole group, why don't they do more memes with that and associate the platform with that, or, you know, the women in that group, or I don't get it. I really don't. I think that there's a lot of things that could help. But no, so the other thing I forgot to mention before I end was I think Twitch is going to have to go into the direction of, prior to every stream a streamer does, we're going to have to do a monetization survey. And I honestly think that would be safest for Twitch to go ahead and put in now, so that advertisers know what they're putting their ads on. So for YouTube, you have to do this before you upload every single YouTube video, and you can have a default for when, you know, you upload your videos, and then you can change it kind of from there. And depending on how good you are about submitting the survey, it becomes consistent and they don't have to 24/7 check it, right? I think Twitch is going to have to start doing that, especially with, I think they're going to have to do it with everybody, depending on what degree you're breaking it and things like that, because Twitch, and I don't think that they'll mess with the cursing on the platform, but I think most advertisers, how they run their ads on Twitch is they acknowledge that it's mostly 18 plus, but it's for video game gore, which is not real gore, and then cursing, which is not hate rhetoric. And they go with the premise of that and video games, and knowing that, assuming just chatting is people chatting there or doing, you know, chess or whatever it be, and eating. I think Twitch is going to have to do specifications. I also think it would be a good thing to save the platform's ass by implementing something like that. So I would love to see that in a channel default, at least maybe to set it on the dashboard for every single time. You know, is this mature? What type of mature audiences am I having for my stream? Is it, you know, is it cursing? Is it sexualized content? Is it, you know, XYZ, and then putting a sexualized section that's not just called hot tubs and things like that, so that they have their place on the platform if they're going to keep it on the platform, and protect everybody else in the process. So depending on what you're check marking off depends on, you know, what type of ads are going to run on there, and then those advertisers know what they're running. So if there are advertisers, say Adam and Eve, like lingerie, things like that, or whatever else is out there, if sex toys, things like that, wanted to promote on Twitch, then they're only targeting it towards the sexualized audience. I think it would be beneficial for them, and I think it would be beneficial for everybody else to save everybody else's asses and Twitch's ass on the platform. So I think that there should be I think that needs to be a thing. I think there needs to be a quiz like YouTube has. I think Twitch needs to take notes and honestly do it as fast as possible, because I guarantee in terms of legality that the terms of service would take longer than implementing a feature like that in on the platform. That's my thought. That's my thought on that. That's my last thing. That was what I was forgetting. So long-winded video. If you guys have any more comments or topics or things like that, but I hope this was kind of helpful. I would love to know your guys' thoughts. And again, not hate stuff. I don't want to hear hate crap. I want to hear, like, you know, I would like productive conversation if there's you know, stuff in the comments. I don't tolerate the hate crap going on the page. I think there's a very clear difference between deconstructive versus constructive criticism. So I would appreciate, I know this is, like, people consider it a sensitive topic versus something I feel like that can be constructive and rational. I hope this was a good little discussion and whatnot with you guys. I don't have really, again, I can't think of anything that's gonna pop up that I might have missed, but yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for letting me rant and have a little let's talk, whatever we want to call it. So you guys have a good night, and I will see you in the next video. Stinkies.